you still have time to get the field goal, but it looks pretty grim there. What, you have any special advice to Pat right there? Do you have any words for him at that point when Buffalo took the lead for the last time?
Yeah, when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper and go get it. So he did that. He made everybody around him better, which he is great at, and he just does it effortlessly. When it gets tough, he's going to be there battling, and players appreciate that.
NFL, oh, I miss you so. NFL, when you left, it was a hole deep in my soul. Now it is home until the Super Bowl.
Hey YouTube, welcome to another season of Let's Have Some Football with Sandyfrank. So, week 1 is here. Very exciting. We have this new kickoff rule. I wanted to talk about that a little bit. And I wanted to talk about my Kansas City Chiefs. Watched the game last night. Very nice. Getting that first victory of the year against a really good team, the Baltimore Ravens. I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about a contest that we're going to have this year, similar to other years. If you've watched the channel over the years, excuse me. But to start off, let's talk about the Chiefs this week. I'll probably spend a lot of time talking about the Chiefs because that is my favorite team. No, I'm not a bandwagon fan. I've been a Chiefs fan since I was like 8 years old, even through bad times. So it's nice that we're having some good years now. So this game against the Ravens last night, I think the NFL's in a little bit of trouble because Mahomes has himself a downfield target, a downfield threat with this Xavier Worthy. Man, the first time I saw him play, I was like, okay, if he can stay healthy, this is going to really change up the Chiefs' offense. Because last year, I think it was miraculous that they were able to get the Super Bowl last year. Just our receivers were terrible. Like the worst group of NFL receivers I've ever seen. They single-handedly, Kadarius Toney cost us 2 games single-handedly. There's no two ifs about it. Yeah. And those guys are kind of out of the picture now. This Rashee Rice, he's good as a player, but doesn't seem to be real heady as a person. So, for some reason, he's not suspended and he's able to play. Who knows for how long, but he definitely looks a lot better on the field this year. Making a lot of plays down the field, down the middle. A great target for Mahomes. You always have Kelsey, of course. Pacheco, he's a great running back for this offense. He doesn't turn it over much. He's got great speed. He keeps those legs moving. I think Steele was a great addition. He was an undrafted rookie. Looked great in the preseason. He runs really hard. A great short yardage type of back, and someone that can drive the line and drive the pile. He's really good. A good change up to Pacheco. And now you add in this wrinkle of having a guy that's the fastest ever player at the combine who can actually catch the ball. Wow. What a weapon for Mahomes to add to the arsenal. I'm not going to say he's Tyreek Hill, of course, but he gives the Chiefs something they haven't had for the last 2 years, and that is someone that can stretch the field. Like in this game, they've already equaled the number of downfield passes. That I don't know if it was downfield. I think it was just straight up downfield passes. Even though he did score on it, we had one last year that was like over so many yards, and then one this game right off the bat, and it's because you add in someone with the actual speed that can catch the ball. So that was exciting. My thoughts on the Ravens are the same thoughts as I always have with the Ravens. I think they're a little bit better this year, but I think, and Lamar, he is lighter, which makes him faster, but I think the flip side of that is he's not going to make it through this year. He is running so much. I mean, maybe they're just doing that in this game against the Chiefs because the Chiefs were maybe it's a different little bit of game plan against the Chiefs. But I think he had like 14 or 16 runs. I mean, he had over 100 yards. Incredible in the open field. But, I mean, it reminds me a little bit of RG3. When RG3 was a rookie, he was awesome until he started getting hit. And RG3 got hit hard. Now, Lamar seems to avoid getting hit as hard as RG3 did, but that did not end well for RG3. So, can Lamar, at a lighter weight, survive getting all these hits if he keeps running the ball like this? Just be interesting to see. It's one of the wrinkles of football. Derek Lively definitely is their best tight end. I learned that this week because I had Mark Andrews on my fantasy team giving me 1 point where Derek Lively was awesome. Clearly, they've moved to Derek Lively being their main guy at receiving. And they both started. So, yeah, I think Mark Andrews is definitely the second option now. And maybe the third option because Zay Flowers had a lot of catches, but they're all like 1 or 2 yard catches. And just hoping he can make a move and get some yards. Derrick Henry, he's King Henry. He's going to be great in moving the pile, short yardage. Anyway, we're spending a lot of time talking about that game. But good job, Chiefs. Starting off with a big win. What an exciting start to the season. Buckle your seatbelts, boys. It's going to be a fun year. My thoughts on the new kickoff rule. The new kickoff rule, I think it's pretty clear if you watched some of the preseason that the play is just kick it out to the back of the end zone for touchback. There's so many big returns that change games, trying to get the ball in this 20-yard window, and then guys would just run it back like crazy. So I think definitely the play here, the Chiefs they kicked it to the back of the end zone every time. I think the Ravens tried to kick it short a couple times, the one time it worked out where there was a holding call, and the other time the player returned it past the 30 anyway. So it's going to be interesting in bad weather games when you can't just boot it through the back of the end zone, because then there's going to be some big return plays. But yeah, I think the play is just let them have it at the 30, kick it out of the back of the end zone. Don't deal with all these returns that are going to be happening. Okay. Now for the contest. The last couple years we've done a contest. It's like a Survivor knockout type contest. All you have to do is go down in the comments, tell me one team that you think is going to win this week. Now, you have to use strategy in that you can only use that team one time during the year. But you just have to pick one team that wins. My pick, so just so the pick is known, I'm picking the Cincinnati Bengals. That's my pick for week 1. Now, you cannot pick games that have already started, obviously. You have to pick a game, like you can't pick the Chiefs since that game's already over. And if you do a pick, make sure it's before the game starts. And I will be watching this. If you do after, you're instantly out. So there is going to be a prize, and it's going to be a blaster box this year. A blaster box of Wildcard Illumination 2021. You do get like some packs, and then there's a red chase pack possibly in here with the limited edition stuff. So it's not the greatest prize of all time, but it is a football related prize. And hey, you could win yourself a blaster. And I can do one of two things. I can open it for you on the channel, or I can just send it to you sealed, and you can have the fun opening it. So that's our prize for the winner. Also, guys, I will only ship this to the United States. So other countries can play the contest if you want for fun, but for the prize purposes, I will only ship to the U.S. So just keep that in mind. If you're like from Canada or something and you win this, maybe I'll open them for you on the channel, but I won't be able to ship the cards there. It's just so expensive to ship a blaster or pretty much anything nowadays internationally. So sorry guys, I appreciate your support if you're from other countries, but when it's like a prize like this, maybe we'll do a PayPal. Maybe if you have a PayPal or Venmo, I'll send you like the whatever these are going for. That way you win something if you're international. If you're US, you will get shipped your blaster. Alright, so everybody that wants to play, again, go down in the comments, and then I will respond to your comment and to verify that you're in, okay, that your pick is in. And again, you can only use the team one time. So like if you use the Chiefs, well, that's a terrible example because you can't even use the Chiefs. We'll say the Raiders. Let's say you want to use the Raiders. This is the only week that you can pick the Raiders. If they get you through, they win, and get you to the next week, you cannot pick the Raiders again. You have to pick a different team. And you can't go back 2 or 3 weeks later and pick the Raiders. Once you're burned the Raiders, you're done. Other people can, and also, guys, you can pick other, if you really want to pick the Bengals, and that's your pick that you want to do, even though I picked them, you can still pick them, but you can only pick them once. Just kind of basic rules of knockout league type stuff, except you can't pick the same team more than once during the contest. Alright, I hope I get to week 2. I hope some other guys join in the fun. It's fun, and you might win a little football prize. Alright, so thank you for watching. Oh, I in the years past, I would do I would pick all the games. I'm not going to do that this year because I'm mainly just focusing on the Chiefs this year. I will watch other games as I can, but I didn't do very good on my other picks last year. So I will we'll try to talk about the best game that I watched during that week. Like this week, it was the Chiefs. Next week's episode, I won't be able to talk about the Chiefs because their game is done already. So I'll talk about another game that I watched. And then I am doing my fantasy football team this year, but I think I was one of the less interesting parts of the videos last year. I'll just say I played a lot of Ravens. I had Lamar Jackson, so I got some decent points, but I'm playing a good team. So I'll keep you updated, but I'm not going to like show all my lineups because sometimes they change at the last second anyway. But so my fantasy team, 0-0. We've got a good start because we had some Ravens last night. And we will see what happens during football season. I did draft Caleb Williams, so I'm pretty excited about him, but I did not. I played Lamar Jackson week 1. We'll wait and see how Caleb Williams does. And we always like to do an intro with the coaching meltdown or funny coaching press conference video, and then it's just a fun thing to do during football season, and we'll keep doing it as long as the contest is going on, of course. If it goes till the last week of the season, we'll have an episode of Let's Have Some Football every Friday. All right, but as soon as the contest is over, that's usually when I end the football. Let's have some football videos. All right, let's have some football.